Hi, everybody. Here's Tony's tips for this week. I hope to touch all of you in some way or another as I share a couple of different stories and offer a little encouragement. Some of you have been asking how my back is doing. I'll start there. Unfortunately, it's not good, but I am hopefully gleaning some lessons from this that will also help you on your journey. So, 2.5, almost 3 weeks ago, I was just picking up branches in the yard that I had cut up after a storm, and my back went out, and I laid in the dirt for about 2 hours until the 4 ibuprofen kicked in enough where I was able to pull myself into my truck when Brenda drove up next to me on the lawn, and got to therapy and had intensive therapy for 5 days. And on that fifth day, I was able to hop a plane to Hawaii for my nephew's wedding. And then while there, most of you probably already know this, a big wave crashed over the rock that I was fishing on, and I had to lunge for all of my equipment before it washed into the sea and pulled my back out again. So all that great progress was not only gone, but it's now been 9 or 10 days and I'm not improving. Yesterday I had a little bit of progress. Today I'm right back to where I was prior to yesterday. So pretty discouraging. But I want to just share with you a couple things. I mentioned that my chiropractor has given me some exercises to do after I get better. And he says, if you do these things, you're going to strengthen your core, especially in your back. And that should never happen again. And I'm just wishing I could rewind the clock. And in addition to my daily exercise and foam rolling and stretching, I wish I had been doing these exercises that would have prevented this lower back injury. Unfortunately, I did not. I'm looking forward to getting healthy again so that I can. And but you know what? I've been consumed. I've literally been consumed for the last 10 days with my back. And it's hard to just even lift up the toilet seat. I do. It's hard to reach over and flush. Every little thing hurts my back. And today I went to Norco to get a back brace because I was the chiropractor offered one that was $1,100, and I'm like, no, that's not happening. So I went to Norco, where they sell medical supplies, and got very, very similar back brace for $250. But now we're up to around $1,300 spent in the last 2.5 weeks since my back went out. And it's reminding me that whole idea of prevention. And maybe you're only dealing with 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 pounds, and you're thinking, oh, no big deal. But stay with me here, okay? If there are things you can do now to prevent things from happening later, if you don't do them now and then the things happen later, if you get the chance to deal with it afterwards, you'll wish you can rewind the clock back to now to do something about it, to prevent it. And I'm thinking about when I was at Norco today, so many of the people in their lobby area, in there looking at the different things that they sell, were extremely obese and looked very, very unhealthy, looked like they were miserable. One guy had an oxygen tank. He almost took up 2 chairs, and he just looked so miserable. Looks like he wishes he could die. I'm telling you, he looked so miserable. And I so badly just wanted to go up to him and say, sir, I can help you, but it didn't feel right, and I didn't do that. But my point is, as I looked around at people in there, I thought, how many of you would not be here right now if you weren't overweight or obese? Because I believe that's where most of these health challenges are coming from. We know that. Statistics say that. And then just a little bit ago, I got home and I'm looking out the window, and a little boy walks by. He's probably 10 or 11, and he walks by on the sidewalk, and he probably is about 40 pounds overweight. And I thought, we're starting out so young. We're in such a bad place in America, and we got to face the music, guys. It's hard. This is a hard thing. Food is good. It tastes good. There's lots of different reasons that we eat, but we're in a society where this is a battle for most people. 68% of Americans are overweight or obese here in our country, and it is a true battle. I know that you're battling or fighting your own battles and struggles, but there are people around you as well. And just remember that you will be an encouragement and an inspiration to them. But right now, you've got to focus on you and do the things that are going to help you the most. I had a gal call today, and she said she's just not able to stay with program right now because what she does for her work requires that she eats out with people all the time. And she said, this is just too hard. Maybe when I retire, I'll be able to do this. And my heart went out for her because I thought things could get really ugly between now and then. And so I just want to, and I encourage her to keep reading The Habits of Health and working on the lessons. As you know, if you're working through reading Dr. A and doing your lessons, it's all about changing your lifestyle and your habits and creating a new life so that you can thrive. It's not about MetaFast and weight loss and the scale. Of course, that's a huge component, but keep keep reading, keep working on those lessons. Sorry for the shakes there, I'm trying to find some stability. Keep reading, keep working on personal growth, help yourself. And yeah, it's hard sometimes. And remember what I've said in the past. I had a client that said, this is hard. Making these changes is hard. And I completely agree. I live that. I understand. I live trying to stay in the healthiest place, and I don't always succeed. And I asked her, I said, is being overweight hard? Is having those extra pounds hard? And she said, it is. And I said, we all have to choose our hard. Either the hard of being overweight or the hard of sticking to a program that's going to help us get that weight off and live in a new lifestyle. I got a text from a gal the other day from Kona, Hawaii, where we just left. She said, I'm in Kona, Hawaii right now, laying on the beach in my swimsuit. I can't thank you enough for coaching and encouraging me on your program. And she lost about 70 pounds about a year ago. And she's living the dream. She's keeping her weight off, and she's loving it. And she went back on program for a tune-up a few months ago. Who doesn't? I mean, that's a great weapon to have in our cupboard, to just know at any given time, if we just lose a little bit of our grip, we can go back on program for a week or two and get it under control, rather than letting it go to the point where you got to lose 20, 30, 50 pounds. Draw the line and say, I'm going to do this right now. Take this back off, revisit the portions and discipline and things like that. So anyway, I hope you'll find some encouragement in that. Stick to your plan. Remember, you don't have to be perfect. Yes, getting out of fat burning kind of stinks. So for that reason, it's great to stay 100% on track. But if you should deviate a little bit, don't beat yourself up. Say, man, I just had something that wasn't on program. That stinks. I'm going to keep on track, go forward, and do the right things going forward. So if I haven't heard from you yet, I'd love to hear your update. Please send me a text or give me a phone call. Leave me a voicemail. I'm going to go actually sleep some of my pain away right now. Doctor said you got to rest more. So I'm going to do that, and pain management is exhausting. So that's what I'm going to do, but I want to hear from you and love to support you. Let me know if you'd like to chat this week and when's a good time to do that. This is Tony, over and out. God bless. Talk soon.